my friends, to the 2021 BMW M2 CS. Retail on this little beast is just under $100,000. Twin turbo 3.0 liter S55 engine, makes 444 horsepower and just over 400 pound-feet of torque. This thing is a beast. It sends all that power to the back rear wheels. That sounds awkward. It sends all that power to the rear wheels via a 7-speed DCT transmission. It shifts very fast. I'll talk about that and more on the engine a bit later, but welcome to this beautiful car. What a treat. Limited to 2,200 cars. It's the last of this chassis. It is the ultimate of this chassis, and I couldn't be more excited to be talking about this car today. So let's get out and take a look at this little beast. Beautiful blue color, beautiful what I call German Pilsner gold lightweight wheels, blacked out kidney grille, gigantic front lower grille for added cooling, either for charged cooling, oil, or coolant, carbon fiber splitter, vent in the hood. We've got carbon fiber side mirrors, carbon fiber roof, and the hood is carbon fiber as well. Cool accents on the side. As you can tell from the tires, I've been having some fun this morning. Carbon fiber, a little mini spoiler on the back. Beautiful badging. Dual, or rather quad exhaust. Yeah, all around this thing is beautiful. And it's such a good proportion too. Like, it's big and comfortable, but it's pretty compact. It's got a pretty short wheelbase. I really like that about the 2 Series. I drove an M2 comp at the BMW Performance Center last summer, and it felt so good. I didn't fit in it as well as an M4 competition. I'm a tall, lanky dude, but otherwise, I really dig its proportions. It's really not too bad on the inside, actually. I did have a helmet on, just for the sake of filming, and I bet if I were to do the same stuff I did at the BMW Performance Center in the M2 without a helmet, I would have fit a lot better. What's nice about this too is we've got no sunroof, so more headroom. Nice and easy to use center stack. It is a touchscreen. You can use the iDrive wheel as well. What's really cool about the M2 interior is they really haven't done anything to it for the past couple of years. You know, all this stuff, I think they changed these buttons a little bit over the years, but generally it's, you know, they really haven't changed much. So if you're used to this car, there's nothing really new and exciting to figure out about configuring through menus and changing settings like the adaptive dampers, engine settings, steering, all that. Oh, and also how high you want it to shift. And I like that. And I like that it's a lot of physical buttons too. You can press a lot of buttons to get places. You don't have to rely on a gigantic center touchscreen to do a bunch of stuff. And I think that's really cool. I really like BMW iDrive as well. It's really easy to use once you get used to it. Although, I mean, hey, that's anybody's infotainment system. Beautiful Alcantara on the wheel here. It's really nice to feel, and then the kind of like little accent right here to have, you know, red in the middle, so you know that your steering wheel is pointed, you know, you're going straight. Also the same little accent right here with the CS. I really like that. And the, you know, beautiful Alcantara as well. Lots of carbon right here, right here. This whole entire center piece is carbon underneath. That's so cool. There's no provision for like a center bin or a center glove box, if you want to call it, but man, who cares? I'm not used to putting my elbow on these types of things anyway, because my personal cars don't have them. Decent glove box, nice cubbies. These seats are super comfortable. I like how they have like these pass-throughs. That's kind of cool. Yeah, of course, the classic M series design right there, especially, and also with the seat belts. Yeah, all around this thing is so cool. Such a nice place to be, so comfortable. I could be stuck in traffic in this all day. of course with the dampers set to comfort, and be perfectly happy. I really love this interior. Oh, it's got a CD player too. Holy crap. Wow. It's probably one of the last cars to have those. But anyway, let's get back to a little bit of driving. What I kind of dig about traction control with this is it does give you a little bit of slip. I've got traction control fully on because I don't want to try anything too crazy up here, especially with, you know, a couple 1,000-foot drops off to my left. But what I really dig about the M2 and M cars in general is they do give you a little bit. They do say like, here you go, have a little bit of slip at corner exit if you put your foot in it. And then, of course, it'll cut power or something, whatever it does, and put you right back in a line. The steering is so direct and nice. I can't exclaim enough about how good this steering feels. Weight and like kind of the ratio. Steering feel itself, as in feeling the road through the wheel, it's not amazing. It's not bad for a modern electric rack, but you know, so it goes in this day and age. You know, that's not really anything someone can gripe about anymore, unless you're behind the wheel of like a McLaren, because those still have hydraulic steering. Yeah, just everything feels so sharp. I've got the dampers set to comfort, but the thing still corners so well. There's still barely any body roll to it. It just irons, like this is a good example, it just irons out that kind of crappy tarmac I just rolled over. And I'm just kind of taking it easy right now. And this car is just soaking up everything, gripping, not a peep from the tires. You don't feel the tires giving way. It's just so confident at speed. I'm not inclined to actually put it into Sport or Sport Plus suspension-wise at the moment because this road is pretty bumpy and I want to enjoy myself. The thing corners so well as it is and has so much grip as it is. You know, why spoil the fun with a quote-unquote hardcore race car feel? The engine is sourced from the M4 competition, rather the old M4 competition. It is the S55, rated at 444 horsepower and just over 400 pound-feet of torque. What does that mean in a 3,400 pound car like this? Well, 0 to 60 in just under 4 seconds. Pretty darn impressive for a 2 Series. I mean, granted, it is a about $100,000 2 Series, but still, you look at the wide expanse of specs and just, you know, amenities and exterior accents and all that, like the wide expanse between like a base 230i and this, and it's pretty wild that you can get that same body style, albeit, you know, with some stuff changed around with all those carbon bits and the big wide fenders. You can get like that car and it does 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. Like, oh wow, cool. That was a 190e Evo or 190 Evo, whatever. Holy cow. Anyway, yeah, I'm up in Angeles Forest on a Saturday morning, so of course you're gonna see cool stuff like that. One of the crucial perks of living in Southern California, for sure. Anyway, getting back to the engine, revs so nicely, revs all the way up to like 7,800 RPM or something like that, and it's just a treat. I love an angry baritone, kind of brooding, maybe not brooding, but just angry baritone inline 6. I love that quintessential BMW tone. Some people say it's kind of overplayed, or some people say like, whatever, you know, you can get that sound on all the BMWs. It never gets old for me. It just sounds so good. At all RPMs too. Like even just going casually down the freeway and kind of revving between, say, 2,000 and 2,500 RPM, that kind of low down sound, it just sounds so good too. It sounds like it's like a beast waking up. It's so good. The gearbox, I like it. It shifts fast when you want it to, meaning when you're banging through gears, accelerating, having fun. Yeah, the mid-range on this engine is so good. Even just around like 3 to say 5,000 RPMs, it sounds so good. Anyway, getting back to the gearbox, I like it, but I'm not crazy about it. it's a little bit of a pain to live with day to day. And granted, that's a little bit more forgiven on the M2 CS like this because it is not a purpose-built race car, but it's a very aggressive street car, you know. So, you know, if it's a little rough to live with in some ways, that's fine. But it's still kind of annoying. You know, getting started from a stop, it kind of shakes a little bit. It's a little like, a little lurchy. You really have to kind of feather it and be careful because, I mean, if you put too much throttle into it, it will just send you into a wall or send you into a parking block. So you do have to be careful there, but, you know, it's fine. It holds revs. Oh, what's nice is so I've got it in manual mode right now, but when you have it in auto mode, so here, and I don't know if you can see that, but there's just a single tick near that D6. That's like least aggressive shifting. So it'll just upshift and downshift, keep the revs low. That's that, you know, not get too crazy. However, if you go below here to where the little shift or whatever, maybe call it a toggler because you're not really shifting gears, but you know, if you go to this and you can up the intensity so it'll hold the revs a little bit higher, and it'll also rev hang, well, meaning hold the gear through a corner. It's so nice. So if I put in 3 right here, granted it's in, so, oh, did you see that downshifter to 5? So again, it keeps the revs a little bit higher. It's a little bit more aggressive. I really like that. I like that you can tune the gearbox a bit. For a DCT, it's not the smoothest thing, and you know, like I said, it stutters a little bit at acceleration, and it's a little kind of like lurchy, but all in all, it's fine. See how it's holding it? That's so cool. Anyway, if I were in the position to buy a nice DCT equipped BMW, it makes aggressive rev matches too. I love that. Makes you look like a dick when you're slowing down for slow cars like this, but whatever, BMW, who cares? Let's see, will it detect? Yeah, see, it detected that I'm not really inspired to go fast right now. So it shifted a little bit lower that time because I'm not really giving it much throttle. I'm going slow right here to demonstrate that and not look like too much of a prick around these poor cyclists. It's still really good. It still shifts really fast. You know, when you want it to be a nice, fast, slick gearbox, it is. And that's really all that counts. I really shouldn't complain too much. I've got a GT3 behind me right now, a Porsche GT3, and I bet he wants to play. I'm not in a position to play right now. I'm trying to do this video, so I'll let him by at some point. If I recall correctly, yeah, here we go. There you go, sport. And he gave me a honk too. What a nice guy. I think that was a GT2 RS. Oh, that's right. I had traction control off. Oh wait, no, it's on. Okay, so that's my point about it'll give you a little bit of squidge, a little bit of, you know, it'll let the back end kind of play around a little bit when you've got traction control on. That's pretty cool. So, final thoughts, conclusions. What do I think about this thing? Well, I love it. Like, it's definitely the best BMW I've ever driven. Granted, I've only driven modern BMWs, but this thing is nuts. It makes the right noises. The power band is so fun. It shifts fast. The handling is amazing. The amenities are nice. It feels so good on the inside. It looks beautiful. It's a great size. I'm utterly infatuated with this car. Maybe when I drive older BMWs, though, like a E46 M3 at some point, maybe when I drive that, or a 135i, you know, especially a stick, you know, maybe, I'm not saying those will necessarily be rank better than this, but maybe it'll give me more perspective, and maybe I won't be as stoked on this as I originally thought I was, you know, because again, I haven't driven any really old BMWs at all. I briefly drove an E46 M3 years ago. It was cool. It was my buddy Nick's. It was cool. RIP, he got hit and it got totaled. But anyway, that was a great car, but this thing, you know, it's this next level. Holy shit, okay. That was a Viper ACR going up. Go nice and slow, make sure we're clear, okay. Yeah, all in all, M2 CS, excellent car. Is it worth the money over a competition? That's kind of up to the eye of the beholder. This is a limited production model. They're only making 2,200 of these things. So You know, and it costs, gosh, something like $40,000 more than an M2 comp. I mean, base for base. It's kind of up to the beholder. If you're up for kind of this car that'll probably be never made again and is kind of like a special edition, you know, it's an ode to the end of this chassis as well. Yeah, it's worth the money. You know, why not? This thing is going to be special. These things are going to appreciate too, I guarantee. If people go as crazy for the 1M, I'm sorry, if people go as crazy for these as they did for the 1M, then, man, I'm wondering if you'll ever lose money on this thing. Watch, I say you won't, and then you can pick them up for like peanuts in like 10 years. My luck. But anyway, I'm starting to digress. So, thank you very much all for watching. I know I haven't done a video in a really long time, and I'm glad that this was kind of like my return to doing videos. Please like and subscribe. You know, you gotta say that. Comment, what did you like? What did you hate? Do you hate my voice? I hate my voice, but you know, if you're okay with my voice, that's cool. And yeah, thanks again very much for watching. Look forward to the next one. Check out my social media. Twitter, 16V, that's 16V Pete, as in 16 valve Pete. And then same on Instagram. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time.